Just a few hours into an 18-day dream voyage through the North Atlantic, a peaceful cruise aboard the Island Princess turned into a night of chaos, alarms, and a real onboard fire, leaving over 2,200 guests stunned. On the afternoon of July 14, 2025, the Island Princess, a 92,822 gross ton cruise ship operated by Princess Cruises, departed New York City at exactly 4 p.m. The itinerary was spectacular, from the skyscrapers of Manhattan to the icy fjords of Greenland, with stops planned in Halifax, Sydney, St. John's, and 4 remote Greenlandic ports, Nanortalik, Qaqortoq, Pamiut, and Nuuk, before returning to New York on August 1st. But less than 12 hours after departure, that peaceful voyage was violently interrupted. Around 6 a.m. on July 15th, while the ship was sailing off the coast of Nova Scotia, guests were abruptly awakened by a fire alarm. Passengers quickly grabbed their life jackets and made their way to the muster stations, just hours after attending the mandatory safety drill the evening before. Panic rippled through the decks as the crew initiated emergency protocols. The fire had broken out on Deck 12, in a galley connected to the Lido buffet area, a known high-risk zone due to grease, open heat, and complex kitchen equipment. Thick smoke reportedly filled parts of the Lido, and the smell of burning was evident. Some guests mentioned that food service had been disrupted, and others captured video footage of confused and anxious passengers waiting for updates. By 7 a.m., the ship's captain addressed everyone over the PA system with the relieving news. The situation is now under control, all clear. Fire teams had extinguished the blaze within about an hour. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, and the structural damage appeared minimal. But as dramatic as the fire was, it wasn't the only emergency that night. Just 3 to 4 hours earlier, in the middle of the night, a separate incident had required a helicopter medical evacuation from a ship. A critically ill passenger had to be airlifted off, underscoring how unpredictable life at sea can be, even in the first 24 hours. Guests later praised the crew's professionalism. One passenger, a U.S. Navy veteran, remarked, "I've seen fires at sea. On military ships, it happens often. On cruise ships, it's rare, but they handled it well." The Island Princess continued her scheduled journey, and by the morning of July 16th, she was expected to arrive in Halifax, her first port of call. The ship is still on course to visit Halifax, Nova Scotia, Sydney, Nova Scotia, St. John's, Newfoundland, Nanortalik, Greenland, Qaqortoq, Greenland, Pamiut, Greenland, Nuuk, Greenland, returning to New York on August 1st. While fires on cruise ships are rare, they're considered one of the most dangerous emergencies at sea. International maritime law, enforced by the IMO, requires cruise lines to follow strict fire safety regulations, flame-resistant construction materials, automatic suppression systems, constant crew training, and well-marked evacuation routes. Princess Cruises has not yet made an official public statement about the incident. However, onboard communication confirms that the emergency has been resolved and the vessel is operating normally. This incident is a stark reminder. Even luxury travel across calm waters can change in an instant. Stay tuned. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates on how cruise lines handle critical safety issues in 2025.